Good morning, students. We will study lesson 1 computer hardware components. So, first of all, we all are knowing what is computer. Computer is an electronic machine and it comprises two basic things, the two main things, which is hardware and software. Because these two major components of the computer, these two are hardware and software. So, first of all, what is hardware? Hardware, a physical components of a computer which we can touch and feel. Okay, so which is known as hardware. Okay, and hardware, again, it can be further categorized into two categories: internal hardware and external hardware. Internal hardware, those hardwares inside the CPU cabinet, they are called internal hardware. Those are outside the CPU cabinet, they are called external hardware. Got it? Then after software, software is a set of programs which controls the internal operation of a computer and instruct a computer about the work to be done. Means this software is the like a manager. It manages the instructions and it gives the instruction to hardware what to do, the what performance it should be done. Okay, so like some examples: Unique, MS Word, these are the software. Okay, software can classify into two main categories. Again, it is divided into two categories: system software and application software. Just like hardware, it was divided into internal hardware and external. Software also divided into two categories: system software and application software. Okay, so one by one we will discuss. So for example, you can see hardware and software are interdependent to each other functioning. Without these two components, computer cannot work. As I told, and you know it, that if there is a hardware, no software, computer will not work. It means it is required that both hardware and software should required. So hardware and software are interdependent of each other's functioning. Without these two components, computer cannot work. Got it? Now further, you can see, without driver of hardware, OS kernel, a program which is directly interact with the hardware. So who is interacting directly with the hardware? Actually, this OS kernel is directly a program which directly interacts with the hardware. Which program directly interact with the hardware? This OS kernel. We cannot use hardware. Similarly, without processor, a memory, it is impossible for software to run. So why hardware and software are essential? Because without of these two, because for software it needs memory to store, so that is hardware, and hardware to perform, it needs instruction that will be given by the software. So both are interdependent and both are essential for the computer. Next we have, like it, first of all we will discuss the internal hardware. Okay, so internal hardware, that is inside the CPU cabinet, that we call the internal hardware. Example: CPU, RAM, ROM. Okay, motherboard, network card, sound card, video card. These are the examples of internal hardware. So one by one we will discuss motherboard. A motherboard is the main circuit board of a computer that holds the most essential components of the computer system. What is motherboard? It holds the main circuit, main components of the computer. Okay, and the base of motherboard consists of a rigid plastic sheet. What it is? It is made of the sheet, and which it is the material used. Which material? Plastic sheets were used. The board is the mother of all components. Why it is called motherboard? Because this board is the mother of all the components. That is where it get its name, because that's why its name is, now we are calling it motherboard. Okay, motherboard is mounted inside the CPU cabinet and connects CPU memory, hard drives, optical drives, video cards, sound card, and other expansion cards directly via cables. Okay, through this motherboard, all these are connected, like hardware, memory, optical drive, these all are connected by this motherboard. Okay, now again, next we will see this motherboard mainly contains, what are the main things is with the content with the memory, with the motherboard, that is the processor chip, BIOS, memory chips, internal storage controller for video display and sound, expansion slots for connecting additional circuit boards. So these are the main basic things, main important things which is connected with the this our motherboard. Okay, and here you can see Vinod Dham is the popularly known as the father of Pentium for his contribution in the development of the Pentium processor from Intel. So this person was the most he was the responsible, means he created the it's his biggest role in developing the Intel's processor, first processor Pentium. Okay, so he is known as father of Pentium. Now next, PCI, peripheral component interconnect. Okay, this PCI serves as a connection between computers, motherboard and any connected hardware. The PCI transmits data and power between computer and devices. PCI was introduced by Intel in 1992. When it was introduced in year 1992, what is the use? It's the use to transmit the data and power between computer and device, means between the computer computer and device, there is this PCI plays the role for transmitting the data and power. Okay, you can see this is your PCI card. Okay, next we have sound card. Sound card is a hardware component that is fixed either in expansion slot or on the motherboard. It controls input output sound signal. So I sounds card, its name suggests that it is controlling the sound signals. Okay, now next you can see here is in fact white. You can see a video card can handle two types of video images. First, it can be used for display two-dimensional images like Windows desktop and three-dimensional images like computer games. So this video card is used for the both purposes, for 2D images and 3D. 2D is used in the Windows dimensional and 3D uses for the computer games. Okay, and one more thing, why this computer is we are calling the only window. What is the purpose like that? Why we are calling window? Actually, the name window comes like when earlier operating system come. At that time, actually, it was running on only codes. Means you have to write the command and computer will. You have to write the all only commands you have to write. Okay. So for the each command, for writing the commands, there are small window is opening all the time. This window, small window is opening. Okay, so now afterwards that Bill Gates thought that this window is opening because for all the instructions window is opening. Even nowadays also you can see in your computer, if you open the sound music, one window will open. For the game, another window. For browser, another window. This windows is opening. So that's why its name comes from this, because it's a look like a window. So that's why it was called Windows. Okay, like Windows 7, Windows 8, earlier Windows NT, Windows 2000. So its a name come from here only because of its working architecture, working interface. Okay, now a sound card convert digital data, okay, to sound via vice versa. Okay, so it convert the digital data to sound to digital data. Its a work is like this. A speaker PCI sound card used to get higher quality of sound. Why we are using this PCI? When we are using the PCI with the sound card for the higher quality of sound. Okay, now next video card. This video card is that the video card is expansion card is used to generate the video output to display screen such as monitor, TV or projector. Is also known as graphical card. This video card is also known as what it is known as? It is known as a graphical card also. Okay, video card is used to enhance the quality of displayed image. This video card is basically it is used for the graphical images. Your watching experience will be more more soothing and more attractive when you will watch videos by using the video card. It accelerates the graphics. The graphics of the video graphics is been accelerated by the video card. This card contains its own processing and memory units. Okay, it is connected to motherboard via accelerated graphics port, AGP or PCI. peripheral components interconnect. So it is this video card is connected via accelerated graphics port because it enhances the watching experience of the video by using the graphics. Okay, now next is CPU. Okay, CPU is the main unit of computer. It alternately referred to as microprocessor. The CPU is the main unit of the computer, as we know that it is the brain of the computer, and alternately referred to as microprocessor. Also it is known as microprocessor. It controls all instruction it receives from hardware, means like internal and external, and software running on a computer. The CPU is a small piece of silicon chip placed into the CPU socket on the motherboard. This CPU is a small piece of silicon. As you know that this our transistors ICs is made of silicon. Okay, it's placed in into the CPU socket and motherboard. Now next we will see this, and you can see it, this CPU. There are mainly three components of CPU. This and the speed of CPU is also measured. Here you can see, yeah. The speed of CPU determined by the number of instructions executed per second. In a 1 second, how many instruction has been executed? So that is measured in a megahertz, MHz. Okay. In a 1 second, how many instructions has been executed? So this and it's a unit. It is measured in megahertz. There are mainly three components of CPU. First one, MU. Okay. First one is your memory unit. Then after, arithmetic unit. There are mainly three components of CPU. First, memory unit. Second, arithmetic logic unit. Third one, control unit. Okay, so these three units are there. These three components. Memory unit, it is principal storage of computer. It stores both data and instruction when entered. Arithmetic, it is used for the arithmetic logical operations, for like mathematical operation, plus, minus, addition. Control unit, it controls the operation of every other components of a computer. It also controls the transfer of data and instruction among the units of computer. So its purpose is to use the instruction of the computer. It manages all the instructions of the computer. Next you can see this is RAM. This RAM is what is the RAM? RAM stands for random access memory, and it is this is a type of memory that available for operating system programs and processes to use when computer is running. Got it? When computer is running, this memory is being used. It can be accessed randomly at any time. Okay, that's why its name is random access memory, because it has been accessed randomly at any time. Whatever information we enter in the computer goes to the RAM. Whatever we are feeding the data, we are giving the data, that goes to the RAM and remain there until the machine is working. It is a volatile memory, because when you switch off the computer, everything will be erased from there. So that's why it is called volatile memory, and therefore data and instructions are stored there temporarily. So the data is there stored, which is temporary, and when you switch off the computer or there is some power failure, the data is completely erased. RAM is two types. Again, this is you can say this is the RAM, and RAM is two types. What are the types? Static RAM and dynamic RAM. Okay, so like just example, RAM is like your blackboard. It constantly overwritten with the new data. Examples already I have given, and you can once you can see, RAM is just like your blackboard. Whatever you are writing, that will be erased after some time, because first period I have written something, second period you will come same thing you will not get. So this is your RAM. Okay, what is the ROM? ROM is just like your book. Whatever is written in your book, that will be remain same. Even today you open, or day after tomorrow, or after 1 year you will open, the same thing you will get there. So your book is like a ROM, and your blackboard or your like a pages if you write by pencil, so that is like your RAM, which can be erased after some time. Now next is ROM, read only memory. So this is this read only memory is a type of memory. This is again which type of memory? This is the internal memory. Okay, and it is and they are coming this RAM and ROM is the which type of memory? Internal memory, and it is they are also called the primary memory. Okay, it is a type of memory from which we can only read information but cannot write on it. What we can do here, we can read the information but we cannot write on it, means from there we can, it is non-volatile memory, therefore the information is stored permanently in it even when the system is powered off. Data stored in RAM is neither be modified nor be erased easily. RAM stores instructions required to start computer, because when we start our computer there needs some instruction for the booting, so that all the information is stored in the ROM. That information has been written by the manufacturer, that programmer of the manufacturer, they have given that instructions, they have written that instruction. There are three types of ROM: PROM, EPROM and double EPROM. PROM stands for programmable read-only memory, EP electronically programmable read-only memory, double EP electronically erasable programmable read-only memory. So ROM like an audio video disc. It is like a audio video disc. Okay. Now you can see this is the, here you can see this is the picture of ROM. Okay. Now disk drive is what? Disk drive is a hardware component in a computer that enables user to read and write and delete and modify storage disk. It is either built-in external component of disk that manages input output operation. Disk drive means that will manages the input operating operations. Disk drive are several types such as hard disk, CD drive. Okay, the most commonly used hard drive is hard disk drive, which is used in our computer to store the data. Okay, next SMPS. It is stands for switch mode power supply. SMPS stands for switched mode power supply. It is essential for safe running power consuming electrical and electronic appliances. Means this is used for this SMPS is actually the it regulate to control and stabilize the output voltage. Means suppose now what is the required voltage, it will be controlled by it. Means like not it will allow to give more voltage or less voltage, it will be regulate constantly it will regulate the power supply. Okay, by switching the load current on or off, means it will be like a high will be, it will on off like that, it will be controlled, means regulate a constant power supply it will be given by this SMPS. It transfer electric power source AC to low voltage, means direct current. Okay, so what is the use of this AC? You can see here, this you can here. It transfer electric power from source AC main to low voltage DC. It always supply well regulated power the motherboard and other part of computer to save power. It has built-in fan to release the excessive heat during the computer use, when computer is using. So it has the one, there is a fan in this SMPS. You can see it here. In this SMPS there is a fan. It constantly regulate the heat also. If there is excessive heat, it will be dispense the heat also. Okay, and it basic use of this power supply from AC to DC. Now next is the modem. Next you can see the modem stands for modulator and demodulator. Modem stands for modulator and demodulator. It is a device which allow a computer to send or receive information through the telephone lines by converting digital data into a analog signal. Okay, what is the use of this modem? It is converting the digital signal into the analog signal. Already you know about this modem: internal modem, external modem. Internal modem, which is fitted inside the CPU cabinet inside the computer. External, which we used from outside. Okay, and what is the use of modem? Modem is used for the when you are accessing the internet, there we require the modem. Okay, and what is the purpose is the main functionality of modem. It converting the digital data into analog, digital data to analog, the main function digital data to analog conversion. Okay, next we have like a one more thing is there. Yeah, PC card modem. Okay, so PC card modem is like the combination of external and internal modem. This card powered by computer. So this is the hybrid one, PC card modem. This is made of both the combination of internal and external modems. Got it? Now next, heatsink. Heatsink is that heatsink is an electronic device which is designed to disperse the heat generated by CPU. What means, this is a fan. It's a and it emits the, it disperses the what heat if when computer, because it is a machine, an electronic machine. Of course, we know that every machine generating heat. To dispense that heat, we are using this heat sink. It is made of metal such as copper, aluminum, alloy, and normally uses fan to keep the processor cool. Means it keep the processor cool, because fan is here, it is giving blow to the processor and keep the processor cool down. Heat sink is commonly used in all CPUs. It is also used in refrigeration of air conditioning. Okay, GPU, graphical processing system, and video processor. So where is the processor is working, this heat sink is required to maintain the heat. Okay, sorry, maintain the temperature. Now next, ports. Computer A computer is a slot on motherboard, act as a point of connection between a computer and external device. So whenever you will connect computer to with the external device, means like when you are using the pen drive, so in your CPU there is a small holes are there. So where you are there you are inserting your pen drive, or like any cable you want to connect, you are inserting. So this particular hole is called the ports. So there are some ports, cables. Okay, so we are plugging the cables. Okay, so we will see this, the name of the ports and their uses, we will see one by one. So see here, yeah, here is that some ports, it's a picture, and what is the use of these ports. So first of all, you can see serial ports. Okay, this type of ports are called serial ports. What is the use? It transmit data one bit at a time over a signal. So it only transmit the data of one bit over the signal. Then after parallel port, this port is called the parallel port. It transfers several bit of data. Here only one bit, but here it can transfer several bit of data together at one time. Next is universal serial bus, USB. This is your USB. This is most commonly used. Already you have seen it. It is used to transfer data. It can also act as power supply. In this type of port, we get transferring the data also, and we are also use it as a power supply. Understood? Now next port you can see PS2 port. PS2, this is PS2 port. PS2 port, this connector was developed by IBM. Who developed this PS2? IBM in 1987. IBM in 1987. PS2 port is now considered as a legacy port, as it has been replaced by USB, because just earlier, means before USB, this PS2 port was most popular, but nowadays it is replaced by the USBs. Now this is FireWire. This is the port of FireWire, also known as IEEE 1394. Okay, it was developed by Apple Inc. in 1994. It was developed by FireWire by Apple. Okay, and this PS2 was developed by IBM in 87, and in 94 it was developed by this Apple, which is FireWire. It transfer large amount of data with a speed of 800 Mbps. So by this port you can transfer the huge amount of data with the high speed 800 Mbps, and can connect up to 63 different devices. What is the maximum capacity? Means like different devices you can connect, up to 63 different devices you can connect. Understood? Now next you can see, which is VGA, video graphics array. So this is the VGA port. It is similar to serial port connector, but the serial port has pin, whereas VGA connector has holes. in the, what is that, in the serial ports, what there were pins, but here it has holes. You can see there is a holes are there. Okay, so that's the difference. With the increase the usage of digital video, VGA ports are gradually being replaced with HDMI and display ports. Now this is displayed, now this is now outdated. Now it is replaced by the HDMI and display ports. Now here is that HDMI, high definition multimedia interface port. What is the full form of HDMI? High definition multimedia interface port. So what is it? It is a digital connector that can carry high definition video and audio. It can carry high definition audio and video. It also can send audio in different formats, in different formats, like MP3, like MP4, different audio formats we can, like WAR, like all the different formats we can send through, and very fastly it's transmit the data very quickly. You can transmit through this. Next is that Ethernet port. And Ethernet RJ45 connector look like a telephone line RJ11 connector. So this is your Ethernet we are using to connect the telephone line or to access the internet. Now this is the audio, red, green, blue you will see. So this is for the line in, means you are insert, means that audio you are inserting. This green for the output, and this is for the microphone. You can access through this whole, these colors, or through this port mic. Okay, so there are 3 pins are there. This is used for the mic, this is for the output, this is for the input. Okay, this is called the audio input ports. Got it? Now next we will see, this is the input devices. First of all, external. Now already we have discussed about the internals. External hardware, we know that, which is outside of the CPU cabinet. Externally we are connecting. So like some input devices, like keyboard, our mouse, mic, that we are connecting through outside. So one by one we will discuss. So first of all, first is your keyboard. Okay, keyboard is one of the most important input device. So like in this keyboard there are mainly 5 steps of the key, 5 types of keys on a keyboard. How many types of keys are there in the keyboard? 5 types of keys. 5 types of keys in a keyboard. You can see typing keys, control key. Okay, this typing key, control key. Then after we have the which key? Function key, navigation key, and numeric keyboard. Okay, so these are the keys which is used in the keyboard. Okay, like function key F1 to F12, like navigation key like up and down, left right, numeric key 1 2, like numbers are there 0 1 2. Typing keys, like there will be alphabet, numbers, some signs will be there. So this totally this keyboard is divided into 5 different categories. What total, how many categories? 5. Okay, there are 5 types of key. Now next, mouse. Mouse is the most, again this is the most important and most popular input device. It is used and pointing device that we can select and move our screen. There is a left click, right click, there is a, in between there is a scrolling button, dragging and drop. All things we can do with the help of mouse. Okay, we can check the property by clicking the right click on any icon or any file. Okay, so there are some types of mouse. First is that mechanical mouse. This mechanical mouse, this type of mouse has a metal and rubber ball on its lower side, and that can roll in all the directions. So that is which kind, this is your mechanical device. The screen pointer move according to the movement of the ball, which is detected by the mechanical sensor. So as you can see, this is your mechanical mouse. Here is this is the example of mechanical mouse. Now then after opto mechanical mouse, this type of mouse use a mechanism similar to mechanical mouse. Only difference is the optical mouse sensor detect the movement of the ball. They use the sensor. Okay, they use the sensor, and because of this sensor it detect the movement of the ball. So that's why it is a little advanced than mechanical mouse. Okay, now next is optical mouse. This is more Most advanced one, optical mouse. Optical mouse does not have any mechanical moving parts. The laser technology were used. Which technology used here? Laser technology were used to detect the movement of mouse, and optical mouse is more efficient and expensive than the mechanical opto. Okay, mechanical and opto mechanical mouse. So this is expensive. It's you have to pay the more money for buying this one, but it is more advanced and more much faster than earlier opto and mechanical mouse. Okay, next input device is scanner. Scanner, as we know that we are converting this our digital data, means our images, our data into the digital form. Okay, so like scanner, first type of scanner we have, which is the drum scanner. Okay, in the drum scanner you can see the mechanism use the photo multiplier tubes. PMT technology is used in the drum scanner. Then after flat bed scanner. Okay, in this flat bed scanner, which technology is used to scan this images? So here it is used charge coupled device technology, CCD. Okay, in the flat bed scanner. Likewise here you can see handheld scanner. Okay, so this handheld scanner, this is the small manual device which dragged over. You can see this is the handheld scanner, and the surface of the images to be scanned. These scanners are operated by hand only, so that's why its name is handheld scanner. Okay, in the shopping malls you have seen it to scan the like your to read the barcodes, if there it is used. Next input device, your microphones. Microphones is to, it is used to like to input your voice to the computer by the voice command you are giving, so that there is used the microphone. Microphone is commonly used for the video conferencing, also for the audio, means you are talking to someone, so there you use the microphones. Even you are giving the command something like like in the Google you are speaking something, so there use the microphone. Next is your light pen. Light pen is used. Okay, light pen, like you have the tablet or the digital like a touch pen, like you have that touch screen, so there you can use the light pen to access your objects like to icons. Okay, you can use by using it. Okay, it is easy and helpful in the program like computer edit. When you are using this computer edit design CAD, so there is light pen is very much very helpful to design. Digital camera, your like photos you can insert. Okay, so this is again input. Again this digital camera is used for the video, like a webcam, a kind. Okay, in your computer there is a camera, a small camera is there, webcam, so there you can for use for the video conferencing. So this is the another part. This is the another equipment. This is the another hardware, external hardware, which is input digital camera. Okay, next now we will see we will discuss about the output devices. Input is over. Input, there are two input devices. Okay, now output devices. Output, like where we are seeing our output, the result final one. So most commonly monitor, we know that where we are watching the output. So here you can see this one monitor. So here is the most commonly device used output device like monitor. This monitor is also known as visual display unit, VDU, and electronic visual display for computer. Okay, so that's why it is called the visual display unit. The pictures on a monitor is made of thousands of small colored, that is called pixel. Though so many small dots are there in this picture, these dots are called the pixels. Got it? So it is made of different pixels are there. The three types of monitors are commonly used. So what are that monitors names? You can see these monitors are called cathode ray tube, CRT, liquid crystal display, LCD, or thin film transistor monitor, TFT, and third one light emitting diode, LED. So these are the three types of the monitors which we are using. Okay, now next output device we have printer. Okay, so this is the printer where we are getting the hard copy, means soft copy to hard copy. Printer is a peripheral device that accept text and graphics output from a computer and printers the information on a paper. The printed information on paper is called hard copy. Whatever the result is printed on the copy, that we call the hard copy, because the same copy, if we are looking on the monitor, that is called software. Once it is printed and it is taken out, that which is called the hard copy of. Okay, so there are some types of printer like impact printer. Okay, is example daisy wheel printers, dot matrix printer. These are the examples of impact printers. Okay, and it is also called the character printers. Impact printers is also called as the character printers. Okay, this is the daisy wheel printers. Now next type of printer you can see, which is the non-impact printer. Non-impact printer is it is not physically contact. Earlier impact printer, it was physically contact with that, but this is non-impact, it is not physically contact. Okay, and some examples: thermal printers, inkjet printers, laser printers are the example of non-impact printers. Next is projector. Projector is a very common one, you have seen it. Anything in your computer which is you are projecting on the wall, or you are watching on the big screen, so that is there it is used the projector. A projector is an output device that take images generated by computer and display them on a big screen wall on flat surfaces. Okay, in your school you have seen it. Got it? Now next is storage devices. Storage devices where we are keeping our data, where we save our data, store our data, that is your storage device. First of all, hard disk. Hard disk is a magnetic storage device. Okay, and store and retrieve, it is inside the computer also. Some hard disks is also you can carry. There's external hard disk. This is the internal hard disk which is required for the any computer to store its the memory. Okay, and it is made of the small disk. Okay, and it is made of small disk, and which is known as platters. This is small disk. This hard disk is made of the collection of disks, and that is called the platters. It stacks on top on each, means one by one it is put on, and there is read and write heads. So to read it, there is a read and write heads. Okay, and you can see it. A track location that cuts across all platters called cylinder. Okay, so that location cuts platters is called the cylinder. A hard disk is also known as Winchester disk. Another name of this hard disk is Winchester disk. The name come from the early type of disk developed by IBM 1973. This name is coming from the IBM when it was developed 1973. So its name is also Winchester disk. Now next is your CD-ROM, compact disc read-only memory. Okay, so this is another type of storage device. So here is the maximum capacity is about 650 to 900 MB. Okay, and this is the one of the disc. Okay, and there is again it's the data transfer rate you can measure by the kilobyte. Okay, and it is again two types, CDR and CDRW. CDR is compact disc recordable, means you will get the blank CD, and once you will record, then after you will not able to record and delete, only you can read again and again. But in the case of CDRW, you can, this is it's a full form, compact disc rewritable, means many times you can write and many times you can erase and write. Okay, you can do with the CDRW, but for the CDR, once you will write and again you will not able to write on this. Next is your digital versatile disc, DVD. Okay, it was invented in year 1995. It comes in 1995, and it's a extension, means the latest, means the developed version of the CD. Here we can store the data up to 17 GB, 4.7 to 17 GB. You can hold the data up to 17 GB. 4.7 to 17, but in the case of CD you can store data up to 650 MB to 900 MB up to only, but here 4.7 to 17 GB approach data you can store, and as well as it's a faster than CD. So okay, so you can see as much faster than CD, approx 15 times faster than CD, this DVD. The hard disk is introduced by 1954 by IBM, led by Ray Johnson. Okay, this hard disk was introduced by the IBM in 1954, okay, and led by Ray Johnson. Now next you can see Blu-ray disc. Again, this here is also some types of the DVDs also there. There are some types of DVD, DVD-R, DVD-RW, DVD-R plus, DVD-RW. These are the types of DVD. Next type of storage device, Blu-ray disc. It is the again the same kind of disc as it is, but its the capacity is more than CD and DVD, means more than DVD. Okay, and its capacity is up to 25 GB to 50 GB of data on a single layer. It is 25 GB, on double layer 50 GB data, and Blu-ray stores 6 times data in the regular DVD, means it is 6 times more data can store as compared to DVD, this Blu-ray. Okay, here you can see fact right. Magic Mouse is a multi-touch mouse which was designed by 2009. This Magic Mouse was developed in year 2009, and it is multi-touch, means different touch it is used here in this, and it was designed in 2009. Next you can see flash drive. That is your flash drive is also your like a pen drive. This is a portable flash memory, which is your pen drive. The example of flash drive is your pen drive, and it is inserted in your where it is inserted in USB connector. This is a USB cable, USB port, universal serial bus. You can see it. This USB, this pen drive, you can see. This is a flash drive. This flash drive is also known as pen drive, you know it, or thumb drive. Its another name is thumb drive. Available storage capacity up to 1 TB. Okay, and the further plan to for the 2 TB. Got it? So this is about the storage devices. Okay, now this is your recap. Once you read this chapter thoroughly, each and every term, the storage and all that, you just read out, tick down, write in your copy. Okay,